Yeah, hi, my name is Albert. I am currently upper six in KTJ, and I'm in the Imran house. I actually got the decision yesterday of the university called SNU. I've been aspiring to go to SNU since I was like 7 or 8. So I'm really excited and looking forward to study my major, which is College of Liberal Studies at SNU. I think it's how it works similarly to MIT, because for the first year you don't really have a major, and you will just have to look out for different courses, and you have to decide it by the end of the first year. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I guess post-university, I would like to work in a consulting firm if possible. And if I'm given a chance, I would like to work in the top 3 consulting firm, like Boston, Bain, or McKinsey, if possible. And I think at the end of the day, my eventual goal would be to create my own startup. I'm not really sure what kind of startup just yet, but I think I aspire to create a startup with the friends maybe in the college, or even with the friends I made in KTJ. I would like to create my own company. I think that's going to be my eventual goal. In my case, I think it was quite different, I would say, because I only applied to the Korean universities only, and I think I'm the only one in the batch who's only applied to Korean universities. And throughout my application, there were Miss Susan, Miss Emma, and Miss Heather helping me out a lot during the procedure, and obviously all the other teachers who helped me out during the process. And especially with Miss Susan, she helped me to write a recommendation letter for me, and I always kind of sent a very long message through email to her, listing out all the experiences I had, every now and then, every 30 minutes. So it could have been actually annoying for her, but although it might have been annoying, she always listened to me, and she always took that into consideration for the actual recommendation letter. So I would like to thank her a lot for that. And with Miss Emma and Miss Heather, they always helped me a lot with the documents I need, because for the Korean universities, there were really a lot of documents I need, which is not even needed for UK, and they haven't done that throughout their 30 years of getting students ready for UK or US universities. So that also was very tough for them. But all I can say is that even though if you're applying to non-UK or non-US universities, you might be worried, because you might think, oh, what if they're not experienced? What if, they make a mistake? But I can firmly tell you that Miss Susan, Miss Emma, and all the people here is really experienced, and they can literally give out the best help they can. And they're one of the best consultants for the application, in my opinion. So I would tell you to not worry at all, because they're really skilled. And yeah, so I would just like to thank them all for that. And because of them, I think my application process was a success. So yeah, thank you. I think the first advice I would like to give them actually is to hang out with many international students in KTJ, because the community here is huge. And I think if you're active, and if you want to actively make out friends from all different countries, you have so many different opportunities to understand different diverse cultures and so on. But I've seen so many different Korean students who are only hanging out with their own friend group, with only Korean students. And I've actually done that as well, at first when I joined here, but I don't really recommend that, because if you just only hang out with the Korean friends, then you can't really make out all the experience you have here. So I think, the advice I can give you is to hang out with as many different people as possible in here, and to make out all the experience. There are so many things I've learned actually, because I've been here for 5 years, since Form 3. But I guess since Form 3, I really participated in a lot of ECAs, and through that, I think I learned to fail, and how to kind of overcome that failure and to move on to the next step. Because throughout your life, you're gonna fail a lot. And I think I was fortunate enough to be given an opportunity to experience that in firsthand, in KTJ, fail a lot. And at first, obviously, like, failure isn't too great. It's quite bittersweet. But I think after many years, I've learned how to kind of change my mindset of not thinking failure as a failure, but to think of failure as kind of a milestone for success in the future. So I think that's my biggest life goal that I've learned. One of the biggest is to really change your mindset and to think positively and how you deal with the situations that's like ahead of you. And secondly, I think it's really all about the people around you, and really to appreciate what you have. And I think that's the biggest thing I've learned in KTJ. Since KTJ is very, it's a boarding school, and if you're staying in Imran, you really get to get really, really close with your brothers in the boarding house. And I think especially Imran is the best boarding house. So yeah, I think learning to kind of appreciate the people around you and to have so many great people around you, I think that's the greatest value and the greatest lesson I've learned in KTJ. Okay. Thank you all for all my friends who've been with me in KTJ for 5 years. And thank you for making my KTJ life more than memorable, compared to anybody else. And all the best for the future. Yeah, bye guys.